Yesterday in class we talked about customary units. In the customary system, we dealt with length primarily, dealing with inches to feet, yards, and miles. Today what we're going to look at is capacity, liquid measurement in the customary U.S. system. The first thing we're going to do is draw a very large G on your paper. That'll be the first step. Now, once you have a large G on your paper, that is going to be the kingdom of G. That's the gallon in our kingdom of G. Inside that kingdom, there are 4 queens. So draw 4 Q's in that kingdom. Does not have to be perfect, as you can tell. So there are 4 queens in that kingdom. Each of the queens has 2 princes. So inside each of the inside each of the Q's, there are 2 princes. And each of the princes had 2 children. So inside each of the princes, inside each of the P's, draw 2 C's for children. And each of the children had exactly 8 fish. And it'll be really difficult to draw 8 little F's inside. So what I do is I put a tiny little 8 inside each of the C's. I think most people have figured out what each of these stand for. The G is for the gallons. Inside a gallon, there are 4 quarts, represented by the Q. Inside each quart, there are 2 pints, represented by the P's. In each pint, there are 2 cups, with the C's. And in each cup, there are 8 fluid ounces. So that's what our chart is used for. The chart is really useful in solving straightforward conversion problems where we're trying to figure out how many quarts, or if we have 2 quarts, how many pints there are, or problems of that nature. Let's take a look at a few examples of where this might be useful. One place this might be useful is if you have, like I said, 2 quarts, and you want to convert those into pints. Well, you might remember on our chart the quarts and the pints. On our chart, it'd probably be easier to just draw a new chart on the side over here. Quarts, pints. So in 2 quarts, there's 1 quart here and 1 quart here. There are how many pints? Well, we can just simply count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 4 pints. We can also solve a little bit larger problems using a similar kind of strategy. Use an abbreviation. So I've got 2.5 gallons, and what I want to do is find out how many quarts that is. So if I've got 2.5 gallons, find out how many quarts that is. Well, if I have 1 gallon, which is this right here, if I have this 1 gallon, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So that's 4. If I had another one, it would be 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I had half of another one, it would be 8. It would be 9, 10. So there would be a total of 10 quarts in that. Another example, if we had 8 cups, we want to know how many quarts that would be. Well, inside each of these pints, there are 2 cups. So if we have 8 cups, we want to know how many quarts that is. Remember, the quarts are the cubes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That covers this quart here and this quart here. So that covers 2 quarts. Let's look at one more example. So if I had 2 cups, how many fluid ounces is that going to cover? Well, the fluid ounces, remember, those are a little bit trickier because those are the little tiny 8s in each of our C's. A little bit harder to see. But if I have 2 cups, that's 1, 2, that's 8 and 8, so that means I'll have 16 fluid ounces.